Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome into another episode of Capturing the Games, the Game Within the Game podcast featuring me, your host, Desmond Jones, and my man's the one and only Juwan Polo Man Stewart. Today, we got another special episode today because you already know it's another Thursday. We have currently we have an overseas basketball player. Her name is Tia Wooten. Tia, how you doing today?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good with the woo woo. I heard you
With the woo woo.
with the woo woo. Like, how did the announcers say your name? Do it be like Tia Woo?
Hey,
Was it,
I've heard it all. Yeah, people love to hold out the woo or Tia woo woo woo. Like is it Bobby Womack? Is it Mickey Woo
Yeah.
Woo Woo? Um, Sinclair, y'all know Sinclair off of Living Single. And
Yep.
she's like
yeah,
woo 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 woo. So I've heard it all. So yeah, announcers get a little crazy with it.
that's dope. Because I feel like your name is like just one of them dream names that people love to say.
Well, I mean, you can say it all. You can say woo. Like, you can be all woo with it. Like, you can be smooth with it. You can say woo. Like, you can put some emphasis
However
on
you
it,
feeling.
whatever.
However
Yeah,
you feeling.
exactly.
That's for sure. But yeah, Tia, can you go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am Tia Wooten. I'm a professional basketball player. It's crazy to say. I'm still getting used to that. I'm a professional basketball player from Memphis, Tennessee. Born and raised in Memphis. Played my college ball at Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee. And I have 2 years of playing overseas under my belt. So I played in Switzerland and Romania. So still kind of new to it, still learning the ropes and things like that. So yeah.
All right. So tell us about, Memphis. Like, now I know y'all known for, barbecue and a couple other things, but tell me like the vibe of Memphis. Like, I can hear the accent. You got the little some twang on there, So I know a little bit about the little Memphis twang. So what's happening? What's going on?
Born and raised in Memphis. Memphis is to me, Memphis is a basketball city.
Okay.
Coming up, that's all we did. Basketball camps. We had the Memphis Tigers. We had the Grizzlies. High school basketball was booming when I was coming up around that. Well, not when I was coming up, but when I was watching it was booming and very interesting to watch. So, yeah, basketball. Memphis is a basketball city now. Everything else you hear, it could be true, couldn't be true. I don't know. You got to come and experience for yourself. But it is true that the barbecue is great and the culture is one of a kind. And Memphis is that city. You just got to come and see for yourself.
For sure. I know I got some friends that kind of be out in Memphis area. So I'm like, oh, okay. They keep telling me to come out there. I'm like, hey,
Yeah, come by with us.
We'll see.
Can't stay too long, but for the time you're there, it's a good time.
She said you can't stay here, but you gotta get on. Gotta go back home where you came from.
We're a good time for the weekend. But no, Memphis is really a great city to raise a family in. I would say small, very close knit. Everybody know everybody one way or another. So
okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the professional career. So you said Switzerland and Romania, right?
Yeah.
So different cultures, probably for sure, on both different countries. Like, walk us through some of that.
So, like Switzerland. So, where I stayed in, I was in Lugano, Switzerland, and it was like a suburban type city. And I was on the border of Italy. So I would walk over to Italy all the time, get my nails done, go get sushi, jump on the boat or jump on the bus and ride around or whatever. So we was real close. Switzerland was a real clean place, real nice and clean. They smoked cigarettes every day, all the time. I wasn't used to the dogs. Like your dogs are welcome everywhere. Like even in the restaurant, you have people sitting right next to their dogs, and that kind of threw me off. Because what you doing with your dog,
They at the dinner table with you.
Oh, one thing that stood out to me overseas in Europe, like you said, y'all already established, I'm from Memphis. So when you go to the gas station, you pull up, you pump your gas, and then you walk into the store and you pay for your gas. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Why are you pumping the gas then paying for it?
Yeah.
You know, where I'm from, you know, a lot of people they'll just shoot off with that.
Oh, they gone.
They gone with that. That's easy. And then at some places in some cities we went when we used to travel, you have to pay to use the restroom. So it'd be maybe like $1.50 or something to use the restroom in a public area. And I thought that was weird as well too. So those were the two things that kind of stood out to me about the European culture. And I was just like, this ain't it.
Man, look, I may not make it because I'm be like, I ain't even got $2 on me, cuz come on, man. I gotta get to the bathroom, man.
Listen, I sure would. I had to ask one of our assistants. I was like, hey,
Hook
pay
me
mine
up.
for me real quick so I can get here. I got to go. We were on the bus.
Me.
We were going in the middle of nowhere on the bus, and we had a restroom break. I'm like, yeah, I got to go, and y'all take my day. What is this?
Sure. You got people bribing people. Hey man, I give you $5. I go first. $5. I go first.
Boo, give me my coins now. Is this enough? You're always asking, is this enough, or what this say?
Oh my goodness.
Real quick, so did the bathrooms take coins or did they take dollars?
It took coins. So over there they have what was it? Swiss franc. So they had a few coins that was the equivalent to $1 or $5. I think that was the highest $5. But yeah, they have coins equivalent to that. Yeah.
So none of them took like cards. So if you just had to have cash on you.
I mean, I think they did. I can't remember, but I remember it was like a token. If I'm correct, yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, they should
machine?
No, what they should do, I just thought about something. They should create a bathroom pass. You get unlimited swipes.
Not a fast pass.
Exactly. You get all the swipes. Pass. Yeah, all the swipes. You gotta get all your swipes.
Just take their phone to the bathroom.
Yeah, you get the swipes. There you go.
Like Apple Pay.
Yeah, exactly. Swipes. You gotta get them in.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get with an arcade machine bathroom. Talk about I need quarters.
Because when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I get it, man.
Or you just become great at holding it until you get home.
Exactly. And then even when you do get home, you know how you first walk into the door, you got to go. It's just nothing else matters, but you get into the restaurant. Exactly. Yeah. You're gonna have to go.
Yeah. There you go.
That's wild. There's probably, you know how people can make money? Everyone gotta use the bathroom. That's a hustle.
That's a hustle. Exactly. It's a hustle.
Taxing the natural body.
We gotta start a new business. We're gonna drop the podcast. We're just gonna start charging people to use the bathroom. New hustle.
You ain't gonna make that in America. They ain't gonna make it. It's too late. You gotta go overseas.
It's too late.
Yeah, you gotta go overseas.
You know, they are far ahead of us. They think more logically.
Explain.
Yeah, go into it deep. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, not deep. I'm not one of those. I'm not deep into it, but I just think just some things just make sense. Like just a simple thing like Aldi. You have the grocery store Aldi's.
Yeah.
My mom was shopping at Aldi long before I went. First of all, I didn't know it was a European grocery store. Didn't know that. They're sitting down, you know, at the cash register. They're not strenuous, you know, doing any strenuous work or anything like that. I think they just work smarter and not harder as a whole. Yeah.
I think too they got I think they only work like 4 or 5 days out the week. Instead, like only 4 days, 3 or 4 days out the week or whatever. Like they get a longer extended weekend. I think we need to adopt that. I think America need to adopt that, but that's just me.
We need to adopt a few customs from the Europeans.
Exactly.
A few, not all.
A few, just a few.
So you wouldn't want to bring have dogs sitting at the table with you when you eat. You wouldn't want that.
No.
Be like, what the dog doing?
It's for home.
What the dog doing?
He's sitting up here eating off a bowl, and I'm no. See,
even
though they are well trained, and you know, a lot of dogs over there they don't act up, but no, still.
The minute I see a dog eating off the same plate that I'm about to eat off of, like that's a problem. Like, yo, I don't know. Like that dog need a dish somewhere on the ground.
Man, the dog probably said, "What's up?" He probably gave you a head nod. What's going on? What's going on with you? Yeah, he hit you with the phone.
My pooches are at the crib. They know where they food
at. That's cool. Desmond, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay. So what was the games like for you playing over there? So you already talked about the culture. How was the games? How was it like playing overseas in those two different countries that you played in?
So when I was in Switzerland, it was before COVID.
Mm.
It was actually right when COVID was really bad in Italy. It was in beginning of February.
It was real bad.
January, Italy shut down. And we were coming towards the end of our season. We weren't making the playoffs. We were awful. We hadn't won a game all season.
Oh, wow.
And we were, getting ready to go home. We were supposed to fly out of Italy, but they shut that down. But post to COVID, the community, Riva Basket was the organization that I played with in Riva Van Santel, Switzerland. And they had a community base and they had a really good fan base. Like the community would come out. It was a whole event. So the numbers were really good. Even though that they were losing like crazy, we were losing like crazy, they still came out and supported. So that was different. And even when we traveled within the conference, they had a lot of support and a lot of fans and the big drum and the scarves and things like that. It was different. Now, when I got to Romania, that was post-COVID. They had no fans. It was just us in there hooping. We had to make our own noise, you know what I mean? So Romania was different. I had two other teammates, two other American teammates. Shout out to Tierra and Shireen. We had a good time and we had a good time together in Romania, but Romania was a mess. It was a mess from the GM to the organization. It was a mess. And we had no fans from here, there, everywhere that we traveled, it wasn't any fans. So we had to make our own noise. So, yeah.
So how was that playing with like no fans at all?
Sad to say, I'm used to it. Playing girls basketball in high school, we'll play at 5 and the guys will play at 6. And, people will trickle in our games and not really be, so I'm used to it. I'm used to making my own noise. I feel like I can catch an eye in the gym, in any gym. Like somebody's gonna be like, who is that? And you can be the only one there, so I don't care about who there. I'm gonna hoop, I'm gonna enjoy it, make my own noise, have my own fun.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think, man, you spoke from the truth and from the heart on that one, because I think back to like when I was in high school and even in college, like, it wouldn't be a whole lot of people into like the women's game. Like it'd be a decent little crowd, but the boys, the men, they always got the prime time
Everybody
spot.
coming out.
Yeah.
Well, see, when I got to TSU, a lot of our games, my first year, they were double headers. So we were playing, then the men play. So I was used to that format. Well, throughout the years, the OVC got rid of that, which is the Ohio Valley Conference, was the conference that TSU was in. And they got rid of it. But we used to have our band, and I don't know if y'all know a little bit about HBCU bands and at least TSU band. Our bands be rocking. So if we had nobody else at the game, we're gonna have a cheerleader and we're gonna have a band. And I was straight with that. Like I said, whoever came, I'm gonna give whoever there in the seats, I'm gonna give you a show. I'm gonna, you're gonna remember Tia Wooten. So that's how I feel.
Let them know. They're gonna remember.
Because you literally never know who's watching.
True. That's true.
That's true. Have you had a moment where people was like, y'all remembering this game and you just didn't know that they was watching?
Every day, somebody remember me for something I did or play, or they remember me from high school or TSU here in Nashville. Like I said, I grew up here in Tennessee, in Memphis, which is in West Tennessee, and I'm in Nashville, Middle and East. And that's where my mom, her side of the family is from. So I've been traveling across the state of Tennessee for years, so playing ball. So I get recognized a lot. A lot of people like to call me famous, but a lot of people recognize me.
A legend in the making.
Right?
If you say, I'll take it.
Yeah. So what made you go to TSU? Like what made you like want to stay home and play like in the state in the area that you grew up in?
My I'm a third generation TSU grad. So my mom, my her great aunt graduated in the
It's in the
1930s or
blood.
40s. I don't know, they won't get me if I don't remember, but it was the 30s and the 40s. Um, she got her master's. My mom and her sister, they both got their degrees. And I have my bachelor's, and I'm currently working on my master's from TSU. So it was a family thing. My grandfather played football at Wayne College, which is HBCU in Jackson, Tennessee. So it was a family thing. I like to tell people my long dream was to be a drum major of a band. And I got a cousin, and we always be doing a drum major move. And so when I decided to go TSU, I was like, it's my final chance to be a drum major. Forget basketball, I'm talking about,
Yeah.
But it was between TSU and UT Martin. And UT Martin is in a little country town. It's about 30, 45 miles north of Memphis. And I was thinking about who was gonna do my hair, what was I gonna eat, things like that. I'm a city girl. I'm country, but I'm a city girl, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It does.
So I just didn't see UT Martin how they would fit into what I wanted to do. Now, mind you, UT Martin had just got off of 4 years of winning the conference championship. They were going to the tournament every year.
Mm-hmm.
And TSU ain't won in years. They ain't won nothing. Like it almost looked foolish of me to pick TSU over UT Martin because of their, the history.
Right.
But someone once told me, they said, if you took basketball out of the picture, would you enjoy your time at the school? And that's what I ran with. I was like, if I want hooping no more, would I enjoy my time at the school? And I said, shoot, I know I enjoy myself at TSU. So I was like, whatever dreams that I had, I was going to have to make them come true at TSU. And I did that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was about to say it's more for the experience at the end of the day than just because I could go just because I'm playing the sport, but it's the overall experience at the end of the day that drives it at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm living curiously by you now. So, tell us or describe to us that HBCU experience. Because like both me and Juwan, we went to a predominantly white college. And like I would say the only I feel as though the only HBCU experience I even got like a glimpse of is when I was being around Nesby when we had our annual conference. And I was like only once a year. So when I went to those conferences, I came back feeling like Superman just because, I was around so many people that looked like me. But man, go ahead and tell us, just tell us a little bit about the HBCU experience.
Listen, when I first got to TSU, I had a culture shock because I wasn't expecting to see people of different ethnicities. I went with the Arabic, the white women, people riding on skateboards, and not just Black people, just people of all shades and different nationalities. I wasn't expecting that. I'm thinking it's just gonna be Black folk. No, it's more diverse. It's more diverse than that in the daytime. Now at night, that's where everybody at, right? Yeah. Everybody on campus is like, okay, cool. This is more what I thought. But when I remember first day of classes, my freshman year, walking out of the dorm and people going left, right, and they look nothing like me. And I'm like, where my people at? So that was the culture shock. But when you hear somebody say ain't nothing like a HBCU, ain't nothing like it. It's just the family, the family culture, the family, the experience you get around people, the bull crap that they put you through. I think the bull that you put through makes you stronger and ready to face anything in life. With financial aid or people not responding to your emails, it channels different ways for you to interact with people. The parties, the homecoming coming up. I'm excited to see everybody. I don't know. It's just when you get around people that look like you and it's doing great, it just empowers you. You just feel like, man, they look good. They doing what they doing. I can do what I'm doing. So
yeah,
it's just empowering to be around somebody that look like you and is doing well for themselves. beating all the odds and all the stereotypes that's out there. Because they're out there.
I already know.
Most definitely. So what would you give like a young player looking to maybe go overseas or to stay? What advice would you give them? What path would you tell them to go down at the end of the day?
Did you say it professionally?
Yeah.
What advice would I give them? Stay true to yourself and go hard. Like, you never know who's watching. Like, coming out of high school, I was like the sixth man. I was good, but I was just that role player. I did my job well. I knew how to make other people. I made the extra pass. I did what was necessary. A lot of people take those type of players for granted, and a lot of organizations and teams and these schools, that's what they're looking for, that player. Right. So I say stay true to yourself and work hard, because you never know who's watching. We were getting beat when I was at TSU. We were getting beat 20, 15, just getting beat. Like, I was just crying, just frustrated, trying to figure out why I was getting my butt beat so bad. And I came from a winning program and I knew how to win. And, you know, this championship mentality I had, and other people around me didn't have it. It was very frustrating. But I don't know if y'all know Robert Covington. He played for Portland, the Portland Trailblazers. He went to TSU. And it's another guy, his name is Patrick Miller. Pat plays overseas. He's in his 10th year overseas, playing ball overseas. He went to TSU as well. But before I got to TSU, I was watching them play and how they struggled. They were getting their butts beat too, but they were coming out, you know, with 20 and 10 and 30 pieces. And, you know, they were really moving, but they kept going hard. And those type of people, you know, inspire me to keep going hard, regardless of, you know, whatever you're facing. So that's what my advice to the next would be: just keep going hard.
Yo, that's crazy that you mentioned Patrick Miller, because I seen him play growing up. So I'm originally from South Holland, Illinois. So he played in the same conference that my school played in. So I went to Seton Academy. He went to Hales Franciscan. So I seen Pat play, you know, at a young age. My man was a dog.
I'd say a dog, straight dog. Like, I remember hitting him up one time, like, how do you do it? How do you stay focused? And you getting your butt beat every day. Like, how do you mentally? Just like, just keep going at it. Just keep going at it, because it's bigger than this. You know, when you get on the professional side, it's bigger than that. They want to see you put the ball in the hole. It's not more so what your team not doing. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's shout out to Pat. I haven't seen. Well,
I haven't seen. Pat.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pat in ages. I haven't seen a lot of people in ages, but like, I didn't know that's where he ended up at TSU. So
yeah, he had a hell of a career at TSU, and now he's in his 10th year playing ball overseas. I don't know which country, but he just started his 10th year, I believe.
Matter of fact, I think he ended up marrying someone from my class. Her name was Morgan, I believe, if I'm not
for sure. No, he's married with children, but not for sure who his wife is.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is. That's dope. Yeah, shout out to Pat. All right.
Shout out to Pat and Rob.
Yeah. So I see that you had to reach out for advice on how to, handle, losing like that. What else did you have to learn or reach out for advice on while you was playing the game of basketball?
Just about everything from selecting an agent to do this look legit. I needed help with everything, because I can't go home and there's somebody that has taken the career path that I've taken that I could just call up and say, hey, I have to pick and pull, from people in the industry, that's maybe not be, into basketball, but maybe into football, that kind of know a little bit about agents. So I would have to pick from here and there. Because like I said, a lot of people just don't know. And I'm still out here going off of, my gut. I thank God for my two teammates in Romania, Tiara and Charlene. they helped me a lot with the process. Shireen had been playing for over about 5 years, and they just had that experience that I didn't have yet. And they were just coaching me through different things. I still hit them up to this day, just trying to pick their brain or how you think about this, and things like that. So I'm really grateful for the friendships that I've created with other women, that like-minded women. We can have these conversations about being overseas, and I don't have to reach out or slide into somebody that playing a W, they DMs to, get information or insight on things. So it's good to have those friendships and connections.
Yeah, absolutely. What were some of the factors that you looked at, or what made you choose the agent that you did choose?
It's crazy. My good friends, Bleak, Chop Guy, shout out Chop Guy. He cuts hair here in Nashville, and it's actually his brother-in-law. And me and Bleak are really good friends. Another good relationship, a good connection. And Bleak told him about me. And once he told him about me, he just looked me up and followed me throughout my junior year. My junior year was a big breakout season for me. I was top 10 in the nation for scoring. And I forgot the other accolades, to be honest. But I was nationally, recognized throughout that year. And led the nation in scoring that year for about 3 weeks. Just him putting out a good word for me and him coming back and finding me, I went off the strength of our relationship with Bleak, with choosing my agent. So yeah, I had other people, but they weren't on me like Jay was. Jay was really getting annoying. So and it's always good that people, show interest in you. And I feel like that's another good thing. If, go where you're wanted, on a college level or professional, go where you're wanted and you feel like you can, impact.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy. Barber got the connections because the barber always got the plugs. I
That's
swear.
Hey, them barber talks, it'd be good. I go sit in the shop sometimes and go listen to conversations. It's really good conversations in the shop.
I bet. What advice could you give for people that are looking to improve the game? Like maybe what's some drills or what's something that they can do to kind of work on their game to kind of help it take it to the next level?
Hand-eye coordination. I feel that's very, very important for any type of sport. You can't get this together. You can't do nothing really. So for people who's trying to excel and foot speed as well, I feel like good footwork will take you long. It don't matter how slow you are. If you got good footwork, you can get off on a lot of things. So hand-eye coordination and good footwork. That's what I would say.
I mean, I think that's solid start for anybody, I probably could have used some of that. I may have been playing a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Oh man, that's Draw. There's some things like go back. I wish that we could have done differently back then. So we played intramural basketball for a little bit. So we had some good days and bad days, more bad than good. But it was just a lot of fun just to kind of compete and just travel and play ball for a little bit.
Definitely the glory days, AAU days.
I was injured, so I can't really say I had a bad back. So I mean,
How were you injured?
My back. I was heading to practice. I think it was either coming from practice or something like that. And then I got in a car accident and just, jacked up my back. And I wasn't right after that. And I tried to force myself back. Desmond knew. He knew like I was struggling. Like I was trying to play, but I'm like, I can't play with no bad back, man. Like I can't even move. Like it's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Back is important.
Yeah. I always tell people I'm a mid-range specialist. So like you let me get between those little free throws.
Mid-range. That's my game right there.
Yeah, I'm stroking that.
If you perfect the free throw, then you can perfect the mid-range. And I don't know why people just want to shoot threes all this. It's power in the mid-range.
That's what
Mid
I'll
range
be
is
trying to tell
golden.
these. That's what I'll be saying.
Bro,
That's
it's
what I'll be saying.
someone
Hashtag save the mid range.
Hashtag it. Do it. I'm with it.
hashtag it.
I'm with it.
Take a picture of it too.
Hashtag save the mid range.
Look, someone with a mid range that just constantly hit no matter what you do, that is so like
It's
devastating.
Annoying.
Yeah, it's
It's
illegal.
annoying is what it is. I'm still trying to get my shot like that. I got a nice mid range, but it ain't consistent like some people that I know. Like every time it go up, it's just bottom of the
Just
net.
in. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. All right. So let's see. What passions do you have outside of basketball? Like what gets you going outside of b-ball?
What gets me going? That's a good question. I don't know. I love to sleep. I love to rest. I love traveling. I can't sit still. I always got to. What gets me going? I love journaling. I love writing in my journal. I've been consistently writing in my journal since Switzerland. So that was where.
Okay.
So 3 years now, I've been consistently journaling.
Journaling.
That's something I picked up when I was overseas. Excited about that. A DoorDash. I get a kick out of DoorDash. It's like a game to me.
That's funny.
That's about
You're a
it.
music person?
Love it. I enjoy music. And I have my library is, you never know what's gonna come on my station. It could be some gospel, it can be some 70s, 80s music, it can be blues.
Oh wow.
It could be new jack swing. It can be really anything.
Wow, okay.
I listen to a lot of music. A lot of people talk about me and my style of music, but I was just telling my friend earlier, I was like, the music, a lot of the artists I'm making today are sampling from the old music, and y'all just don't realize it because it's chopped and screwed, and you don't know the original piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah,
when I hear new music, I get a kick out of figuring out what they sampled it, like who's the artist and where they sampled it from.
You'd be surprised. It is
Yes.
interesting. You'd be surprised at how many like older songs, new songs have like sampled old songs, and even you got double samples on top of that. Like they might have, like I was listening to what was it, an NWA song. They sampled, Dre sampled something from like the 60s, and I was like, I heard that. That's what's the name of them song.
Exactly. And then you don't know who the original artist is. Now you're getting into arguments with people on Twitter, thinking you know this is the original artist, but the original artist is dead. This came out in the 50s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So okay, who's your favorite artist right now? I guess I'm just
my favorite artist. I love Erykah Badu.
Oh wow.
I love Erykah Badu.
Okay.
2 Chainz. Love 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
I tell you, listen, I'm everywhere. Who else is one of my favorites? Miss Jill Scott.
Jill next level.
Who else?
Jill,
they're my favorites right there.
Okay.
Oh, I love Larry June. Smooth. Primo Rice. Have you ever heard of Primo Rice?
Can't say I have.
He's a pimp. He on his pimping. Y'all should listen. He's smooth. I don't watch my language. Well, yeah, not Larry, but Primo Smooth. Y'all check Primo out.
Primo Smooth.
No, Primo Rice.
Primo Rice.
Premo Rice.
Okay.
He a vibe. I think that's about it.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see who he is now. Okay, all right. I might after this I'm gonna listen to some.
What I really get into is I watch documentaries. I love documentaries about musicians and things like that. So I'll watch a documentary or a movie about them, and then I'll be intrigued with them for months at a time, and then boom, now I'm a new fan. So I love documentaries. That's another thing I like to do in my spare time.
Gotcha.
Okay. We talked about basketball a lot, but I never really heard your story about how you fell in love with the game.
It's literally always been there. I don't know how or when. I just remember younger that people used to tell me I was good. And I'm like, well, I'm good. I'm just keep up with it. So that's what I remember doing every sport: ballet, tap, golf, swimming, tennis, softball. I did everything. But basketball, it stuck. And I was taller than him. I've always been taller or larger than everybody. So that was another plus. Couldn't do really went into volleyball, but I did it because I was an athlete. But I don't know where I fell in love with the game. It was just always been there.
That's what's up, though. I mean, I don't know. That's what it is with some people. It's just the game's always been there. They tried different things, but all of them didn't work. But you knew that you was good. You knew you was good, and you knew that you was meant and built for this.
And I remember being young once I realized I was good at it. My only dream was to be an Olympian, and this was like the early 2000s, and I'm young. And this Lisa Leslie I'll never forget, Lisa Leslie was still playing. Candace Parker had just got to the Sparks. And I was at my granny house watching the WBA. They play in the summer. I used to go stay with my granny in the summer. And it was two instances when Lisa Leslie dunked. I remember watching that on TV. And I remember when Candace Parker, they got to fighting with the Detroit Shock. I never forget that. But yeah, I'll never forget that. But I always wanted to be an Olympian because I didn't think the WNBA was going to last long. So my dream, and I knew the Olympics were always going to come back around. And this was me and a little girl. I was like, man, the WNBA ain't gonna be around that long because it was still fairly new at that time. Well, they were just getting TV coverage. But that was always my dream. I never wanted to be a doctor, lawyer, none of that. I wanted to play basketball. And my dreams came true. Like I said, all my dreams have come true. I got to set some more goals and dream a little bit bigger because I've been accomplishing them. I mean, I'm not an Olympian, but I'm a professional athlete. And I feel like that's just one step closer to being in the same pool. So.
Absolutely. Sure. What made you decide, like, yo, I want to go play basketball overseas?
I wanted to be, I won't say the first, but I wanted to be the most recent, like the current, like everybody knows. Like I wanted to be that girl from TSU that went pro. Like we have a bunch of men that's playing ball overseas that came from TSU, but I wanted to be that woman. Like this Tia Wooten, she played. Like you don't know who Tia, she came out of TSU. Like I want to be that girl. And so once I got to TSU, I got a little discouraged my freshman year because it was like, what did I do? Why did I choose this school? What is this mess? But it was a coach there. Shout out to Coach Cole. And she used to just always beat into me like, well, you better than what you think. I don't know how you ended up here, but you better than what you think you are. And like I said, just keep working. And when Cole told me that Cole was a 10-year vet in the WNBA and overseas as well, she won a WNBA championship. And when somebody like that says something to you, you got to take heed of it. And so I was like, well, man, maybe I can do this. Maybe, just go ahead and do it and make history. Just do it. And that's what I did. I just kept on grinding, kept on going hard, never gave up, kept getting my butt beat, took all the hits with my head held high. And God just kept on rolling.
How was the competition like overseas? What was it like? Was it like a shock to you when you first started and you got used to it?
When I was in Switzerland, the team was fairly young. A lot of them were still in high school. So It was me and my other teammate, Brandy. She played at Michigan State. It was just us two. And we were kind of helped to develop them. And I was very frustrated with that because I wasn't there trying to develop anyone. I wanted to win. And I wanted to dominate. But they didn't understand a lot of basketball. They were still in their young stages of understanding the game of basketball.
Right.
And that was frustrating. But when I got to Romania, they were older. They understood the game. It was a little bit better in Romania. I mean, we still had our challenges as a team, but it was better than Switzerland. Because them kids, they were babies. They were 16, 15, drinking every night. You know, the legal age over there to drink is 16, 15 or 16. So they ready to go get a beer or something. So they ain't thinking about basketball.
So was it a like language barrier, like on the court? Like how would y'all, get through that type of stuff?
Luckily, both of my head coaches spoke English, and there's always someone on the staff that speaks pretty good English. Or I have a teammate; they understand. They may not speak it well, but they understand. So yeah, they're we'll ask what this mean, or ask them for the Wi-Fi password, or tell them, ask them for some ketchup. Do they have hot sauce? Stuff like that. But for the most part, that we had somebody helping us, translate for us.
Makes sense.
And also extremely helpful because being in another country and you don't know their language, it's hard.
What app did I use? Was it Google Voice? I used that a lot when I was in Switzerland. So they could understand. I'll just say it and show it to them.
So are you a Google person or Android? I mean, are you an Android person or iPhone?
I have an iPhone. But my laptop is an Acer. I don't have a MacBook. I ain't balling like that.
All right. So it's just a thing between me and Juwan. So I have an iPhone. So I have an iPhone and an Android. The iPhone comes from my work, because I'm an engineer in the day. So the company pay for that, but the Android all mine. But I have Mr. iPhone, Apple, everything over here.
I was team Android for the longest. I just turned over the team. No, I upgraded my mom on the team iPhone when I went over to Switzerland because I was like, how are we going to communicate? We just need to FaceTime. Let's get the same phone. So I went and upgraded and we got the same phone. Because she used to call me, how do you do this? And I don't know how to work an Android 876-211. Sorry, I don't know how to do that. But if we get the same iPhone, then I can navigate you.
I can walk you through it. Right. Exactly.
That's always the struggle with the older generation. As much as I love
it's
them,
too complicated, man.
Daddy calls them James Brown phones. He said, just give me a James Brown phone and I'm all right. And that's a flip phone.
Yeah, the flippy.
He still hangs up like this. He slams it.
Yeah.
That was a good sound effect. Just slam the phone shut.
It was when you knew you was mad at somebody. You slammed that phone. They be like, they ain't here, but I slammed on them. They hung up on them.
All you see is call ending.
Right. Now you just got to hit a red button. Man, that wasn't good enough. I need to, need to hear that.
Yeah. The flip phones are making a comeback though. They got the folds.
Nobody want that thing.
You think so?
Ain't nobody want that thing.
It's glass. Don't nobody want that. It's too delicate.
Yeah, ain't nobody want that thing.
People be dropping their phones. People roughing their phones.
You folded 3 times, it done broke. Ain't nobody want that thing.
You're right. All right. But yeah, that wraps up the first part of our podcast interview. So we're gonna go ahead and transition into the game within the game part, where we just ask little fun, silly questions, either or. So my question for you is: are you ready to play?
Let's get it.
All right. Here we go. Chocolate chip cookies or oatmeal raisin?
Oatmeal raisin. That's crazy. Y'all said that. I got your oatmeal raisin cookie right here.
What the world is going on?
Let's go.
What the world? That's 7-4, man.
That's okay. Count them. We making a comeback.
Man, that's crazy. No, see, come on now. You can't have the. I guess I'll let you pass with the oatmeal raisin. This one you probably already answered this, but who got the best barbecue?
What you mean, in Memphis or where?
Just out of all the places you done been, yeah.
Yeah, Memphis. Ain't nowhere. I ain't had no Memphis.
Yeah.
Ain't had nothing.
What's his best spot to go to in Memphis?
Me, I like Tops Barbecue.
Tops.
Tops, and then yeah, I go with Tops. That's where I get my barbecue. Or somebody, one of my cousins or somebody on the grill or something. But chain restaurants, I say Tops.
Okay.
I feel like ain't nobody be family cooking though. Like when somebody from a
Yeah.
family member cooking,
When this
like that's a
family
whole
grown, boy, yeah, it's different.
that's a
It
whole
just hit different
level.
every time. Like,
It
yeah,
do.
go on, put them ribs on there. Yeah, put that right there.
I tell you, my next door neighbor's been living next door to them. Shout out Miss Donna and them. Been living next door to them my whole life. Every time I come home, she firing up the grill and she put me on some smoke sauce. I love me a circle beef and smoke sauce. If you know, you know. It's like a hot link.
Yeah, I know.
Boy, you get you some mustard and some salt.
Yeah, now that Memphis Southern accent really coming out right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it. It finally hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
When I went home from Switzerland on my Christmas break, I took back 2 packs of Circle B's. I froze them, put them in a lunchbox, put them in the bag, put them under the plane. They were still frozen when I got back to Switzerland too.
Yeah,
Can't even be mad at it.
I'm not, because I kind of did the same thing. So like my father's from Louisiana. So when last time we were down there, there's this, vegetable stand that always sell fresh stuff. So I took a bag of like fresh lima beans, froze it, took it back with me.
Be
You
like
like
that.
lima beans?
Yeah. Yes.
First off, that's the part. Also, you like lima beans.
Yes.
We talking about, hold on, we talking about like purebred barbecue. You jumped on lima beans, bro?
I'm just saying, like I'm just starting.
I understood. I'm here with you. I got you.
No,
you.
don't help him out. We stuck on the lima beans.
He was saying that when he goes home, he gets that comfort food.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I heard it.
That comfort food, he has to bring it back with him.
Now look, I also, in addition to when
now he got to ask something because I
had to. I thought about the lima beans. I thought about the frozen food. I made a connection to that. I forgot about the whole other meal that I took from my cousin's house. I took back with me because he grilled it up. I took a whole plate back with me and ate it the next day when we got back to Chicago. So yeah, I get it.
Okay.
And my seasonings and barbecue sauce, had to bring that back as well. I didn't get no care packages. So next time when I go overseas, if y'all feeling so generous in your heart, I would love a care package. From the
when you leave?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still gotta graduate first. I told myself I'm gonna graduate, get my schooling out the way, get my master's, and then I go back into overseas.
Okay.
For sure. All right. So the next question will be TV shows or movies.
TV shows.
Favorite TV show.
My favorite TV show.
Or your top 5 shows. Let me just go. Top 5 shows.
That I could just put on and just love Living Single. That's hilarious. This is hard, y'all. I don't be watching TV like that for real. I just be watching what be trending, what everybody else. I ain't had cable ever, but Living Singles, that has to be my ultimate favorite.
Living Single.
Okay.
And then like on days when you just at the house, I put on Law and Order, just to have it on.
Classic.
Okay.
What else? I guess I have to say movies then. I've seen a lot of movies.
Okay, what's your favorite movie?
I'm gonna have to renege on y'all. Sorry about that. I have to renege.
If you at the spades table, you had to go.
I know. Good thing we ain't there. But I can't even think of no movies or no TV shows. But I've just about seen it all.
All right,
that's fine. Who's your top 5 in the WNBA?
First of all, have y'all been watching the playoffs?
Yes, I was just on the phone. I was just on the phone with him last night. We was talking about the game.
Y'all talking about women hooping.
Hooping.
My top five. JJ, Jaquel Jones. Love her. I'm here for the long ones, for the long women. JJ, what is her name that plays for Phoenix? Kia Vaughn.
Yeah, big girl.
Big girl. Love her. Who else am I into? Kalea Cooper.
Okay.
I don't like to pick the ordinary people that everybody.
Yeah.
Who else do I enjoy watching? Oh, Asia Wilson. I love watching her. And guard wise, who is a cold guard? Oh my goodness, Chelsea Gray. Did me right. Now my all-time favorite is Parker. I mean, I've just been following her since Tennessee. She just
OG.
She's our generation's Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, get OG.
Pretty much. Yep.
And what she's doing in Chicago is just like she better get the coverage that LeBron did when he went back to Cleveland. That's all I'm saying. And he took his team back to the finals. But we'll see.
Can't say
wait and
nothing.
see.
I can't say that.
Yeah, you right.
We'll wait and see. But yeah, those are my top five. Because I'm here for the underdogs.
With it.
Okay.
All right. So what about your top five in the NBA?
KD, number one. Giannis. Man, the NBA is just so many of them. I don't know. My number one is KD. Number two is Giannis. Everybody, love Ja. Love the Grizzlies. And I always support the Grizzlies.
Ja.
Yo, look, as much as I love Ja, I wish he ended up in a Bulls uniform at the time. But I love Ja. I felt love Ja watching him at Marquette.
I felt even more closer to Ja because he came from my conference, the Murray State.
Yeah.
So when we used to go, when our men used to play packed, but Ja, he loved D-Rose. Love D-Rose. I'm just looking for a story. Like if you have a good story and a comeback story, and you done beat all the odds and did what you had to do to get back to where you were post-injury, then you got my heart. So D-Rose is one of my all-time favorites. And because he went to Memphis as well.
He did. Had a great run into Mario Chandler.
Great run. It's all right though. We know what happened in 08. We know.
Yeah.
We know what happened in 08.
All right. So who would you take? Either Vince Carter or Tracy McGrady?
Vince Carter or Tracy McGrady? Vince Carter or T-Mac? My gosh. I'm going with T-Mac. Houston days. He was wild down there. Not saying Vince wasn't, but T-Mac, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, all right, so Breanna Stewart or Maya Moore?
Maya Moore.
Hands down. Hands down, Maya Moore.
Was she not one of the best basketball players you've ever witnessed?
Oh, yeah, she was.
And hear me when I say basketball players.
Yeah.
Not women. That woman is phenomenal.
Yeah, she's cold. Period.
Yes.
Period.
Brianna, all of her accolades are beautiful and fine. But
mine's just different.
Maya Moore. You lucky she ain't playing today. She wanted to go do the right thing and seek justice and help the community.
That's true. I think we wouldn't be talking about who winning the championship. We already be hoisting the trophy.
The links, a lot of things wouldn't have happened if Maya Moore would have still playing. Simone, who knows what Simone would be? Oh, I forgot about Simone Augustus. She's definitely one of my top 5.
Yeah.
Simone Augustus. Who else left? Sylvia Fowles. She's still there. Like,
yeah.
Who knows what the links would have done?
True.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: so, are you taking Sylvia Fowles or Tamika Catchings?
So, we were watching Fowles at LSU. Tamika a little bit older, but she was a dog though. She's just the dog, a straight up dog. I got show love for the post girls with Sylvia, because she a true big girl.
They both post.
I'm gonna have to go with Catchings because she's more of a tweener. She's more of a 4, a stretch 4. More like me, where Fowles is a big
Just
guard.
a straight up big. Yep.
And Catchings got their defense too, just like Fowles. Yeah, Catchings. Catchings.
Okay. What's your favorite pair of shoe?
I'm not a big shoe person.
Really?
My favorite pair. I don't got too many J's. I don't own J's, a pair of J's, Forces. Whatever's cute, whatever I want. This is expensive getting into shoes.
Yeah,
it is. Look,
it is. Whoever can do that, but I just can't get into it.
Hey, my favorite pair of shoe be the most comfortable one shoe I can get my foot in at the time.
I'm gonna get my foot
because let me tell you, them James Harden ones, them step backs or whatever, they are the most uncomfortable shoe I've ever played in.
One more spot I can think of.
I haven't seen them.
I've seen them. I mean, maybe if you ain't doing a step back in them, you know they gotta step back.
Playing on concrete. He should be ashamed of himself. He's not playing in those. He's not. It's no way he can. His feet will be hurting.
That's probably why
he stepped back and be dancing like that, huh?
Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why.
Yeah, gotta keep moving.
Gotta keep moving. The boys.
You know how you put some shoes on to break them in, like when you first get them.
Yeah.
And you have that burning sensation.
Yeah.
That's how it feels the entire time I have the shoe on.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not. That's no good. Look, that's no good. No good.
No good at all. So if you can go pro in any other sport other than basketball, what would it be?
Any other sport? Look at me trying to get paid. I'm trying to think of the. I don't know. Probably track. I ain't fast. I ain't good enough, but I like to compete. Probably track.
That's a solid choice. Not a common choice, but definitely a good choice. I feel it.
All right. So if you could be the hype person for any artist, who would it be?
If I could be the hype man for any artist. Y'all got some good questions because I can't even think. Who would it be? 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, 4 bracelets.
It's easy to be his hype man. He's smooth.
True. He is. What's your favorite 2 Chainz album or song? Let me go to say song. Let me say song.
What's my favorite song? What was I listening to the other day? I'm sorry, it was off his Titty Boy album. And that's not even on Apple Music anymore. What is the name of the song?
It's not on Apple Music no more?
They took I can't get into it.
Sounds like Apple always taking away.
I'm about to go back to Spotify. Dang, they took it off. I was listening to it on YouTube. I haven't heard it in forever. It's one of his old twerking songs. When he used to go by Titty Boy.
Oh, you went old school. You talking old school when he was okay.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I know a couple of his songs back in the day. I'm trying to think. It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
Yeah, they did take it off of Apple Music. You're right. It ain't on there no more. I just looked. It ain't on there no more.
My favorite, I don't think I could hide Lauren because Lauren scares me. And two, she'll be late. I wouldn't even be happy anymore because her lateness, her tardiness.
Not the tardiness.
But I think they on tour though. Her and the Fugees.
All right. So what was your favorite sports moment that you've either seen or witnessed?
The SEC championship. You know, they hosted in Nashville all the time. So somehow I used to always get tickets to go down there. I think that was the best thing. No, I'm lying. The Preds game. I don't know if y'all ever been to a hockey game. But when the Preds here, the Predators make the playoffs, those games are wild. That was I've never experienced anything like that. That was a wild experience.
Yeah,
and they're even wilder overseas. I was there for the fights. They fight more over there.
I feel it.
Yeah, so it had to be a hockey fight or a playoff hockey game.
Okay. If you get a chance to take over any organization, who would you choose?
Take over any organization.
It could be Adidas, it could be Chase Bank, it could be a professional team, like it could be the Memphis Grizzlies,
Cowboys.
You know, Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Cowboys.
They sell themselves. I'm not a fan of them, but they sell themselves.
That's true.
They're America's team. I don't know how they became that. They're very popular. I think they're the most.
I ask that question all the time.
The richest franchise or in like sports in general. So yeah, I would love to be over the Cowboys.
Another good choice. That's another common choice. Everyone want to be a part of Jerry World. Or take over Jerry World.
It'd be Tia's World at that point then.
It'll be Woo's World.
It'll be the Woo's World. There it is. Yeah.
Look at you. Y'all catching on. Y'all know.
Oh man, but Tia, it's been such a blast having you on. You survived the rapid fire, the game within a game question. Actually, we do have one more question though before for you. You know, where can people follow you or keep up with your career and stay in tune with what you got going on?
Follow me on Twitter at Tia Woo 22. I believe that's my Twitter name. I'm gonna check on that. And on Instagram, TWoo22, TWOO22. And that's
Tia Woo 22.
Yes, and on Twitter it's Tia Woo 22.
Yeah.
So y'all can follow me, keep up with me and my shenanigans on the socials.
I know we will most definitely be doing that. And definitely to all of our subscribers and listeners out there, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Capturing the Game. You can find us on Facebook at Capturing the Game Podcast. On YouTube is also Capturing the Game Podcast. On Instagram, it's capturing_the_game_pod. On Twitter, it is CTG_podcast. So those are all of our social media handles. We love and appreciate all the likes and subscribes that's out there. And also, just a quick reminder to all the listeners that Capturing the Game is sponsored by Capture Sports Agency, where CEO and founder is Shante Smith Jones. Tia, it's been a blast. Keep doing your thing. We gonna be watching. Definitely good luck with your schooling going forward, and hopefully when you can make it back overseas, so we can continue to watch your career grow.
Thank you guys for the opportunity, and I got many more people that would love to come and tell their stories. Really more athletes, if y'all are interested. I got plenty of friends with great stories.
Yeah, definitely interested. So you can always just plug us, or we follow up with the rest.